The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Can the New York Jets land 9 starters over the next 2 years? Field Yates laid out a wild plan for Darren Muji and company to follow. How realistic is it? We'll check in with Jets reporter Nick Faria on that and much more. It's the Jake Asman Show live on a Saturday. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Happy Saturday, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show, presented by PrizePicks. Big shout out to everyone who's watching live or after the fact. Reminder, the show's available as a podcast in audio form on either Apple or Spotify. So just search Jake Asman Show and you can listen back to anything that you normally watch right here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel as we're almost at 45,000 subscribers. Hopefully we get there by next week. Right now, though, we say hello to our guy, Nick Faria, who covers the New York Jets for JetX and JetsXFactor.com. Nick, happy Saturday. How we feeling with less than 2 weeks to go until this draft?
Less than 2 weeks to go, and now everyone's kind of changing their picks for the Jets draft. So it's going to get really exciting, really interesting in the next few days.
Let's start there because it felt like for a while it was going to be Arvell Reese, and now the betting odds have reflected some of the comments made by Albert Breer, Todd McShay, Daniel Jeremiah, so on and so forth, Peter Schrager. Now, all of a sudden, there's a lot of momentum for David Bailey. Your thoughts on that? If you were taking a guess on who the Jets are picking in less than 2 weeks at number 2, who are they picking?
Yeah, it's kind of weird to me right now. You hear everyone talk about the kind of change that's happened within the Jets organization, but I kind of looked at it in a different light. When all these comments started coming out, I really felt the comparison to when the team was kind of all in on Brock Bowers 2 years ago. Everyone thought they were going to take Bowers if he was going to be available. Great tight end prospect, probably one of the greatest tight ends prospects we've ever seen. And then it comes out they draft Olu Fashanu anyway. And it turns out that Fashanu was the guy and everything else was essentially a smokescreen. This, to me, looks like a smokescreen more than anything else. This push for David Bailey seems to me like the Jets trying to amp up and try to force some teams that are willing to trade up, but maybe not hit the point of where the Jets are right now and what they want to get back. Try to force them into that conversation. Right now, at this point, I still think it's going to be Arvell Reese if no trade is made. But I do think that this is going to come down to what the Jets can or cannot get in a potential trade.
And in terms of like the choice to go Bailey over Reese, do you think it's because it has more to do with Glenn's job survival, or they would think that Bailey is actually the best player? Because that's my big thing. I like Bailey. I like Reese better, but I don't care if they take Bailey if they believe he's the best player. What I don't want is the rationale that Albert Breer was talking about when he made the comments on what he's heard about the Jets that, Glenn's trying to save his job, so you need the more ready player right away.
No, and I think that's a good question, and it's also something that the Jets are going to have to deal with, right? Right now, you talk to most people. I know Brugler came out with his top prospects, and Arvell Reese is number one, as is the case for a lot of different people that have covered the draft. You talk to a lot of draft scouts, and they say Arvell Reese is the best athlete in this draft over everyone else, including Fernando Mendoza. Just his raw ability, the upside, everything about it. He's a great, great prospect. But it's going to take some seasoning. You kind of look at where Alex Anzalone is. You kind of look at some of these other linebackers where they are off-ball linebackers, but they can blitz really, really well. Arvell Reese, he kind of said it over the last couple of days. He's not a pure edge rusher. He has to learn some of these pass rushing moves. You don't necessarily need to worry about that when it comes to David Bailey. So there is a little bit more of a learning curve coming for Arvell Reese, and there isn't as much for someone like David Bailey. And that's probably where the Jets would go. I don't think it's about saving Aaron Glenn's job. I think it's who can make an immediate impact on this team right away. Maybe, we can argue about what that eventually means for Aaron Glenn, but, the crux of the question, the crux of the answer is David Bailey can help you win games right now. Arvell Reese can help you win games right now. The question is, what do you want? Do you want it to be in a couple weeks to start the season, or do you want to have a pass rusher that can get after the quarterback right away? And quite frankly, I think it's still Arvell Reese if you're asking most people.
Comments, questions, super chats, they will cut the line. We have our weekly raffle on today's show. This is your final opportunity to enter for a chance to win at the end of our show a signed Joe Namath helmet, a signed Darrelle Revis helmet, a signed Braylon Allen jersey, a signed Anthony Beck jersey. And if you enter during this show in honor of raffle 68, that's right, Super Bowl theme raffle, a signed Don Maynard helmet is up for grabs. So I'm going to be giving away 5 Jets items on today's show. You could enter for all 5, but anyone who enters live for the Don Maynard helmet, you're in that raffle with only the people who entered during the Saturday show. A little listener appreciation. Shout out to all the diehards who are locked into Jet content on April 11th with just 2 weeks to go, less than 2 weeks to go till the draft. Shout out to Ozzy Fullers. He is the first to gift the membership. He is in the raffle for 1. Let's go, Ozzy. All right, Nick, I'm going to play you some sound now from a conversation that Will Parkinson had on his podcast, TOJ, with ESPN draft analyst Field Yates. Here's Field Yates laying out a plan that he believes internally the Jets should be looking to accomplish over the next 2 drafts. Again, here's Field Yates talking Jets future.
Is that if I'm the Jets, like my vision, my plan is pretty straightforward. Between this year and next, you've got 9 picks in the first 2 rounds. 9 divided by 22 is nearly 40% of your roster. The Jets can add 40% of their starting roster over the next 2 drafts. Now, do they have to use all 9 of those picks? No, they can consolidate and navigate the board. But I sort of have the holistic approach for the Jets over the next 2 years is that I want to see if we can go 9 for 9. If I can use these 9 assets to acquire probably at minimum 7, but potentially 9 starters, you're changing the franchise. You have to get a quarterback along the way somewhere in there. How many teams can say that? 40% of your starting roster over a 2 draft span would be utterly ridiculous. I know the odds would tell us that's not likely to happen, but if I'm the Jets, my mindset is let's plan on doing exactly that.
So I like the premise, Nick. Here's the problem. Look, I'm terrible at math, so I don't kill Phil Yates for this. But where's he getting 9 from? Because if you just say, okay, the Jets have 4 picks in the first and second round this year, and then next year they have 3 first rounders in 2027 and then 1 second rounder. Where am I missing the 9 from? I don't like the math is not mathing.
I think he's talking about a 3rd round pick. I believe they have their 3rd round pick in 2027 at this point. I think that's what he's kind of looking at and saying, hey, don't discredit a 3rd round pick. They can come in and start for a lot of teams. But listen, the crux of it, whether it's 8, whether it's 9, you should be coming away. The expectation needs to come away with, if the Jets are making all 8 picks, they all need to be starters. They all need to be high impact players, and they need to be able to show something early on in their NFL careers, particularly at the quarterback position. He mentioned They need to, one of these picks needs to be a quarterback, and this quarterback needs to be able to come in and play well, not necessarily right away where he's Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, but he needs to show a level of competency that the Jets have not had at the quarterback position in over 2 decades. We talk about the 2000 draft being a transcendent draft for the Jets, really created a bubble for them to consistently make the playoffs as often as they did. And then, of course, you look at, the 2006 draft with the Brickashaw Ferguson and then Mangold. Those kind of drafts are transcendent because it helps you build a foundation for the future. And that's what the Jets need to take away, not only in this draft, but in next draft. Even if they come away, let's just say for shits and giggles, they will trade up in the draft this year. They trade up and go into the top 10 and they give up a 2nd round pick. And now it's only 3 draft picks within the first 50 overall selections. Well, those 3 picks need to be hammer it home. They need to be surefire starters, guys that they can trust right away to play immediately. Next year, you have all 3 first-round picks. Those 3 first-round picks need to be able to play right away. That's where the Jets are right now. They did a great job of asset management, and now they need to be able to take those assets and build a cohesive football team with it.
Comments, questions, super chats, they cut the line. He specifically said first and second round picks, so his math is a little off. But, Nick, I'd be surprised if the Jets over the next 2 drafts aren't wheeling and dealing at some point.
Sure.
The benefit of having all these picks is that you can control the draft. If you want to move back, you could do that and get more picks for the future. And if there's someone you like, you could potentially move up, which brings me to something that Rich Cimini said on the Jets Collective podcast I host with him and Brandon Tierney every week. He has heard rumblings that if one of the big 3 receivers, that would be Carnell Tate, Mekhi Lemon, or Jordan Tyson, start to slide, the Jets would be willing to be aggressive to go up and get one of those players. What are your thoughts on that?
The math is there as well. You really look at kind of the projections of where the top players are in this draft, and it kind of shows the point that these receivers are probably going to fall, and a couple of them may fall into the teens. You look at Mekhi Lemon. Ian Rappaport had a comment, I believe it was yesterday, saying Mekhi could be available after the 15th overall pick, which would be, of course, a dream come true for the New York Jets. But then you look at Jordan Tyson, his injury questions. A top 10 team is not going to jump at a possibility of a receiver who's been hurt as much as he has. And, of course, Carnell Tate, I think he's the number 1 receiver in this class. It's going to be hard for him to get out of the 10 spot. But if you're the Jets and you really want Carnell Tate and you want him to be somewhere in the 7 to 9 range where Kansas City drafts and where Washington drafts at 7, there's a path there for that to happen. You look at the best players in this draft: Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Sonny Styles, and Caleb Downs. Those are 6 players right off the bat that are going to go most likely in order within the top 6 overall selections. That leaves you Washington at 7, potentially Kansas City at 9, where if you really want to go after Carnell Tate, that's the kind of move you want. So I think really the board is going to help the Jets out if they go down that rabbit hole, because Washington needs a lot of draft picks. I think they only have 5 or 6 picks in total for this draft class. So you can package a first and second rounder and sort of entice them into a potential trade down. And Kansas City doesn't have a lot of draft picks either. So the math is there and the board is there for the Jets if they want to do it. The only question is if they're able to come to an agreement with either of these teams.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Jets reporter Nick Faria is with us here. Special Saturday show reacting to some comments from Field Yates and Rich Cimini this past week about the Jets potentially making some big moves in the NFL draft. We are presented by my friends over at PrizePicks. Folks, download the PrizePicks app. Use the promo code HMA. And when you play $5, you're going to get $50 instantly in lineups. You're going to want to check it out because PrizePicks has every single sport. And starting next week, we're going to start to get into some of the draft futures that are on the way. That's right. Go higher or lower on draft positioning for some certain Jet targets. So we'll get into that next week. But again, shout out to PrizePicks for being our presenting sponsor. All right. Some super chats have come through, but we got to shout out the great Janice Jet, who has sent in a 10 spot of gifted memberships. She has 10 opportunities at the end of the show to win a signed Don Maynard helmet. Let's go, Janice.
It's J-E-T-S, Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Let me get to the 10 names who are now channel members, courtesy of the great Janice Jet. Grammar Celtrix, F. Norgia, Swampy G. Patel. These names are brutal people. What are we doing here? David Schuster, F. Vempy, D. Lee, Laryl TRD, Other, and that might have been 10. I don't know. YouTube's glitching. Either way, Janice, thank you very much for your support as always. She's in for 10 plus the weekly raffle. End of the show. Beck jersey, Braylon Allen jersey, Revis helmet, grand prize, signed Joe Namath helmet.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Some other super chats to hit. Roster Dread writes in, go get a wide receiver 1 using 16 and 44. I will continue to say it, Nick. We just talked about it. I think that is the best path for the Jets to get one of these receivers you covet. You still would have pick 33. And if I'm Muji, I'm thinking, okay, I trade up using my extra second. I trade down using pick 33, recoup essentially what I just gave up.
I don't disagree with that. And I had an article come out a couple weeks ago where I argued a different kind of second round pick. I said, listen, if you really want that number one receiver or the top receiver of this draft class, 33 should not be blocked. It should be, or potentially, if the Washington Commanders are looking and saying, we want 16 and 33, and then you can get the 7th overall pick and draft Carnell Tate, I am running to the table for that to be able to get the quality receiver necessary to work alongside Garrett Wilson and really bolster this offense. It can't be, if we're talking about 44 and 33 and the potential mindset of trading up for the number one receiver in this draft, it can't be a matter of, well, that's a little too rich for my blood. These are second-round picks. Yes, you want to be able to get a starter in the second round, but the 44th overall pick is a very high sought-after draft pick as well. It's got clear value to it. If the Commanders or Chiefs are saying, listen, we can give you your guy, but give us 33, we should not be holding ourselves, the Jets should not be holding ourselves to this notion that 33 is off limits whatsoever. Get your guy if you really want him.
I think that is well said. Get your guy if there's a guy you like, and don't take the chance of getting there at 16 and not having a real plan for the type of player that you want them to take in that moment.
It's just, listen, we can hope and pray. Jets fans can hope and pray that Mekhi Lemon's available. And based on Rappaport's comment yesterday, maybe that's a possibility. And again, if Mekhi Lemon's available at 16, the Jets are running to the table for him because that's a great pick and a great value in the middle of the first round. But if they are all in on Carnell Tate, and of course Garrett Wilson wants Carnell Tate on this roster, if they want him, then you cannot be holding to just, okay, but we don't want to give up a draft pick in the second round. That's 12 picks better than our second round pick. That's too complex. Go get the guy. The receiving class is a good class, but there's a clear drop-off between the big three and everybody else. And if you can get one of those three, you need to go and get them.
Super Chat cut the line. Tenacious has entered the raffle for 2. He bought 2 raffle tickets with this $10 Super Chat. Good job, Tenacious.
Yeah.
Super Chat from the Doc Jetfin says, guys, it's not just about starters in the draft. I can get starters in free agency / trades. 5 first-round picks and 2 I2s should be 3 all-pros. Jets need stars. And I think if you just even break it down in terms of like the roster right now, they've improved their roster. They've raised their floor. Sure. Who are the game changers on the Jets right now? Like if you're really going through it, Garrett Wilson, I think he's a game changer. Outside of that, at times Brees can be, but I don't know if I put him in the true game-changing category.
I agree.
Like their offensive line has 2 legit tackles. Membu could be an all-pro, but can a right tackle be a game changer? It's tough. You really got to find those game changers at the top of the draft, which is why, you have to get it right at 2 with either Reese or Bailey. They got to be true transcendent talents.
And that's the key. And this comment here from Doc talking about needing 3 all-pros, I don't want to just sit there and say that the requirement must be all-pros because the big difference between getting starters in the draft and getting starters in free agency, if you're paying a starter in free agency, you're paying him market value around $15 to $20 million, let's say, give or take position, $15 to $20 million per starter per position group. Well, if you're drafting a player and he's a starter, you're paying him half of that, at most half of that. You get a starter in the first round, you're paying him essentially the minimum value of the position, whether it's a quarterback, tackle, edge rush, or any of these guys. So to me, it's not just they need to get all pros. There needs to be a distinction here. Starters is the first goal. Everything else is going to be absolute gravy because you have good quality starters. You can win a lot of football games as long as you hit on every one of these picks.
Happy Saturday. Thanks for joining us. Nick Faria from JetX is with us here. We're talking all things Jets draft, talking all things Jet scenarios in the immediate and the big picture. Sam with a super chat. No need to go up for Tate. Boston is very good. Jets do not have a good history of moving up. I don't know if that's necessarily true. They moved up for Darrelle Revis, who's arguably the best player they've ever had in franchise history as far as just accolades and greatness compared to, all other teams. I mean, that was a famous trade up. I mean, the Jets have moved up before, and it has worked, and plenty of times they moved up, and it hasn't. Last year they moved up several times on day 3 and did not have success. I don't look at it that way. If you think that there's a clear difference in a guy like Denzel Boston, who could be available at 16 or 33, and like the big 3 receivers, sure, go out and get your guy. This is why you require extra picks. If you think Carnell Tate's a true difference maker like I do, I have no problem using an extra second-round pick to go up and get him.
I completely agree. And I'm not saying that Boston's bad by any means, but I think he's a reach if the Jets were to take him at 16. I think the only player outside of the big three that I think the Jets would be comfortable taking at 16 if you're at receiver is probably Omar Cooper. And that's because Cooper can play both sides. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's a very good X receiver that would really be able to complement Garrett Wilson well. He's not on the same talent level, but I still think he's a quality starter that the Jets would be happy with. But like we talked about, there's a distinction between what Omar Cooper can do and what a guy like Cardinal Tate can do, a guy like Mekhi Lemon can do. So I think that distinction is there. And if you're the Jets, if you're unable to get a deal done, it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly something where if you're taking Boston at 16, I think it's a little bit of a reach.
We're brought to you by ZipRecruiter today. Listen up, Jet fans. It's draft season. Everyone's an expert now. Everyone's watching film, and by watching film, I mean 12 minutes of YouTube highlights, and suddenly you're pounding the table like, this is the guy the Jets need to take. We've all been there. Here's the truth. Building a great team isn't about hype. It's about finding the right fit, and if you're running a business, it's no different. You don't want to reach. You don't want to bust. You want someone who actually fits your team like Nick Faria fits the Jake Asman Show team. That's why you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter does the scouting for you. Their smart matching technology finds top candidates that check all your boxes, and you can even add screening questions so you're only talking to real difference makers. It's basically like hitting on all your draft picks, which, as Jet fans, we know is easier said than done. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. 4 to 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter, they get a quality candidate within the first day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/audio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/audio. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Nick, let's say the Jets stick and pick at 16. What's the best case scenario, and what's a scenario that is the most likely at 16 in your eyes?
I think it's both, one in of itself. I think Mekhi Lemon is probably the best case scenario. He's also probably a likely scenario. We talked about a lot of the teams picking above the Jets. And you look at some of the players and some of the players available, but also some of the teams and their needs. Kansas City, they have a lot of holes outside of wide receiver. I can't really see the Chiefs drafting a receiver where they have offensive line issues and they have defensive issues. Can't see the Commanders drafting one either. You look, Baltimore, certainly someone who you can make that argument for, but Dallas, no. Miami, no. There's a lot of teams picking above the Jets that they would have to theoretically jump in order to get their guy. But I don't think they really need to at this point. And if they are all in on Cardinal Tate, we've already talked about it. But I think there's a chance that Mekhi Lemon falls to them at 16 and they're able to go into the second round with Arvell Reese and Mekhi Lemon as the dream scenario and probably a likely scenario as well.
Mekhi Lemon, if he's there at 16, run the card in. If you get a chance to get that level of player there, I'm all in. What will be fascinating is if Jordan Tyson's there, are they taking him or do the medical concerns scare the Jets away? I think they would take him, but I do think the fact that he's having a workout this upcoming week, that's going to be big for him. If he looks good at the workout, proves he's fully healthy because he didn't participate at the combine or his pro day. It's a big week for Jordan Tyson. It's a big week, I think, for the Jets and Jordan Tyson because there's a chance he could be there at 16.
Absolutely. And you talk about Jordan Tyson. The one thing that I will say about that is there are going to be suitors in the 20s that may want to trade up for him if he were to fall to a place like 16 or 17. Top of the list right now, depending on what happens with A.J. Brown, Philadelphia has already said they you've heard rumors that they really, really like Jordan Tyson, kind of fits what they would want a replacement of A.J. Brown to be. If and when the inevitable happens and Brown becomes a Patriot, I could certainly see Philadelphia get aggressive and try to trade up. And then the question becomes totally different. Would the Jets be willing to trade down in this draft, get a receiver at pick 23 maybe, and then recuperate some additional assets, maybe another second-round pick? Maybe they get their third-round pick back from the Hassan Reddick trade. That could certainly be a part of the conversation. So not saying that it's off the table, but if Jordan Tyson's available at 16 and the Jets just do not want to take him because of all the injury concerns, then there are going to be other teams that are willing to trade up for him, and I think Philadelphia is certainly one of them.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Draft coming up. Make sure you RSVP to our draft party. It's going to be a magical one. It's going to be at McFadden's in Pittsburgh, steps away from where the madness is taking place. Gangrene Takeover, RSVP. If you are coming to the Asmaniac draft party, I promise it is going to be a party unlike any other. The Jets, they could screw it up or they could get it right. But before any of that happens, doors open at noon at McFadden's, and we'll be there during the day. I'll be hanging out with listeners all day, doing a live show from there. Both Richie from Jets Media and Boy Green are going to be stopping by. They'll be in Pittsburgh. So if you're in the area or you're thinking about making the trip, getting a ticket to the draft is free. Coming to the Asmaniac draft party is also free. You need to be there. Otherwise, look, I hate to say it, but you're going to miss out. Let's go.
Draft Day 2026 live from Pittsburgh. Jets Nation on the clock. Gangrene take Fat McFadden's day and night draft party hosted by the Jake Asman Show.
Thursday, April 23rd, doors open at noon.
Let's go! Yeah!
Link to RSVP is in the description, so make sure you check that out if you are coming. Andrew C. with a super chat. He cuts the line. He goes, my Kyle Clifton jersey is on the way, but unfortunately for you, I am a Gormaniac, and I'm rooting for him in this tournament. Nick, this is a perfect segue to set the stage for Asmaniac Madness. Here's where we are at in the greatest tournament in all the sports. We're making our way through the Sweet 16. Congratulations to Kyle Clifton and Chef Kevin on their wins in the Sweet 16 to advance to the Elite Eight. Kyle Clifton yesterday afternoon defeated Peter Castro, and it was Chef Kevin defeating the Lane Train Thursday afternoon. Right now, we're going to get you set for the only matchup in today's show, a Sweet 16 showdown between the 16th seed Leenie in North Carolina and Papa Jet 73. Two OGs, two awesome human beings, but only one can advance to the regional final in the Dangerous Alliance region. Take a look at the bracket. The winner of the Leenie Papa Jet showdown will take on the winner of Australian Jet Fan and the Big Fella during our second show on Monday. Right now, though, it is time to vote. Your votes determine who advances to the Elite Eight. Voting for Asmaniac Madness this morning into afternoon is underway.
Who's gonna be the best of the bunch? You get to pick the ones that make the show rock.
Nick, give me your thoughts on the field of 16 here as we narrow it down over the next week to the field of 8 for the Elite Eight.
It was an easy pick for me, making Kyle Clifton my bracket winner before this all started. Feeling good about it right now. I know Chef Kevin's gonna put up a fight, but feeling very confident in my pick with Kyle Clifton. And how about Leenie? This is one of the greatest runs we have ever seen, and I give her a good shot today too. I think this is going to be very, very exciting.
Leenie is on a Cinderella type of a run. She's earned it. She's beloved in the community, but so is Papa Jet, and that's where we're going to find out who's truly has what it takes to advance to the next round. Your look ahead at the schedule, AJF and the Big Fella Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon. Everyone's excited about this one. Dave Briga, a man of achievement, thrilled that the spaceship made it back from the moon against a moon landing denier, Gary 3D Boxing. That will be on Tuesday. Wednesday afternoon, it will be Gypsy and Mr. Bonesy. Oof. Thursday afternoon, Big Joe taking on the Gormanator, Charles Gorman. And then we have the Friday afternoon battle between PBM and Party with Peg and Artie. Here is the only Elite Eight matchup that is set in stone. You got Kyle Clifton and Chef Kevin head-to-head, and we will have more of these Elite Eight matchups being set over the course of the week. But listen, upcoming schedule.
I'll sit there and say this. I'm very happy Black Gypsy advanced because now after what happened last week, I really, really want to see Black Gypsy go up against Gary Boxing. I need to see it. I need to see what that can look like going into the Elite Eight. I'm sorry for Bonesy. I'm sorry for Mr. Briga, but that's a matchup I need to see happen on the big screen.
Crazy things happening in this tournament.
He smells like shit, takes a big fat dump, and talks like he's a man. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to take care of women.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Chats cut the line. We'll get to your call shortly. Lou B wrote in, we don't know if the wide receivers will fall. We need to make Tate the move or not. Will the Browns take Tate? That's the real question. If he goes at 6, there's no way the Jets can get up to 6. I think 7 is the sweet spot for the Jets. And if you look at the point value chart, 16 and 44 can get you to 7 if Washington's interested. That's the spot I'd look at if the Jets are going up to get Tate.
I would agree. I don't think, and also, Cleveland could certainly pick a wide receiver, not debating that. But they have offensive line needs. They've got defensive needs. They've got a lot of needs on that roster. And I just think for the Browns, it would make more sense if they address the offensive line early and often in this class instead of going after a wide receiver. And that's why I think it's certainly on the table that Cardinal Tate can be available in a potential trade if the Jets really want to get this done.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Big shout out to the 300 people watching the show live on our Saturday soiree. Let's head to the Gustbuster Umbrella hotline. I pinned the link, or I posted the link. I guess they didn't register that I pinned. We're going to take some calls here with Nick before we say goodbye. And first up today is a man who is working with Charles Gorman to get him a job. Nick Shine starts us off today. Hello, Nick.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Nick?
We took Chuck out. He dropped off the application at his resume at 3 hotels. He's got to fill one out, and then we talked to Black Gypsy. He's going to go online and submit the applications online as well. But 2 of the places he went in, Jake, you have the video that I sent you. We're here with the legend Charles Gorman right now. And yes, he wore his Asmaniac fanny pack. I told him he had to take it off before going into the hotel.
This is just incredible. Charles, how do you feel? Did you look him in the eyes, give him a firm shake when you handed in your application?
We didn't shake hands, but I did look them straight in the eye. I asked for HR. They said they're busy right now, but I feel good. Thank you, Black Gypsy. You're the man. And Nick Shine, thank you very much for the transportation. You're the man as well.
So as he's going in, I say to him, the last thing I say before he gets out of the car, because Charles, he gets diarrhea of the mouth. Anything he knows, he says. I say to him, do not mention Black Gypsy in there. Nobody has any idea who that is.
Yeah, I actually thought about that before he said it, but I'm glad he reminded me.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Stop with my man tits.
Courtesy of Nick Shine, I have obtained exclusive video of Charles Gorman on the hunt for a job.
Ladies and gentlemen, out of the shadows walks a legend. Here he is, 5'2", fist of fury. Charles, don't get hit by a car. Oh, he's letting him go. He's very kind. He's very courteous. Very employable. Man boobs popping. Look at those. What do we got? What's Asmaniac? Look at you. Hi, Charles.
Hello, beautiful.
Where are you going?
Run to the freaking car.
You're going in the back seat? What am I, your fucking Uber?
Fine, I'll sit in the front.
Fucking attitude already.
Hi, guys. God.
Do you need a booster seat? Are you?
I meant it out of love. I didn't mean it literally. To all you some bitches out there that love this ugly mug, here I am.
Good morning to you, too.
I meant some bitches and out of love. God.
Turn your head. You shaved. Are we clean? No blood?
No blood.
All right.
Razor did good to me.
Did you shave down there, too?
Maybe.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Nick, this is for Nick Faria. Nick Faria, you're a man who's interviewed for many jobs. Your thoughts on the approach that Charles Gorman took today, fanny pack and all?
Shirt and tie, man. Shirt and tie. No polos. What is this?
He's dressed and it's clean. This is an upgrade from the last time I took him out, Nick. What you need to do is like what we do as Jets fans. You need to lower the goddamn bar, all right, buddy?
Let me speak to Nick. Mr. Faria, how are you? I'm Charles Gorman.
He knows.
I know you are, Charles.
Well, I'm introducing myself to you in person. If we haven't talked in face-to-face.
You're not in person.
Yeah, you're not in person.
Oh, I know what I meant.
He knows what he meant.
I'm willing to wear a shirt and tie, but I'm a little thick in the neck because
So am I. Shirt and tie, dude.
I get what you're saying, sir, but I I don't have shirt ties with me at the moment, but I definitely plan on getting them in the future.
That's a good answer.
Well, I'll let you two run. Nick, thank you for your service. And if Charles Gorman gets a job, you will have really changed the course of history for not just.
I have an outrageous story for you.
Do you?
This is the kid's earmuff story. So I stopped recording the video right there. And the comment he says when I stop recording is, I have shaved down there before. And my mother asked me, what the hell am I doing? And I go, why would your mother ever know that you shave down there, Charles?
Well, I just tried it once and it wasn't a bad experience, but I haven't done it ever since.
How did your mom know you shaved down there, though?
She saw me naked accidentally, and she's like, "Why'd you shave down there?" I felt like it.
Oh, all right. I've had enough.
If this had to be my morning, this has to be your morning too, Asman.
Good God.
You're a scumbag. You get no vote from women.
Charles is emotional like a woman. He has no testosterone. He's a woman with a Y chromosome. Look at you, you weren't raised properly. It's like having a conversation with a woman. Look at what your parents produce. Look at you.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
That story might have helped Charles win the tournament. God.
I think this is one of the first times I've ever actually met Nick Shine. I think I hate him now. And I don't hate a lot of people. But I think I hate him now for that.
Charles Gorman up against Big Cho in the Sweet 16. The winner of that one will face the winner of Purple Belt Mike versus Party with Peg and Artie. Gorman is Gorman. He is a 1 seed for a reason. Andrew C. wrote in, that is the attitude of an employed man. Andrew C., thanks for the super chat. And then Leenie in North Carolina, who right now is cruising to a victory over Papa Jet. 68-32 is the score I just checked. She wrote in, thank you, Nick. It's been a blast. Vote for Leenie in NC. Leenie's going to cruise, it looks like, Nick.
I'm not surprised. I think we could be seeing a 16 versus a 1 in the Final Four if my man Clifton makes it to the Final Four.
Unbelievable. Also, quick update. Nick Shine wrote in, Charles said F Gary as he exited the truck. Fantastic. Nick, I will let you run. I appreciate you hopping on, and hopefully your day is not ruined.
All right. We're going to find out. Appreciate it, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Faria with us. Read his work over on JetsXFactor.com. Shout out to our guy, Anthony Lozerato, in the Asmaniac raffle for 5. Let's go.
I will toss you to the left and the right before you could even count to 3.
The only thing you can toss is a man down in your own pants.
Anthony, thank you. You are in for 5. All right, let's get to more of your outstanding calls right now. A lot of you want in on the conversation. It is a Saturday, after all. We have the weekly raffle at the end of the show. Joe Namath signed helmet, Darrelle Revis signed helmet, Braylon Allen signed jersey, Anthony Beck signed jersey. Those are the 4 weekly prizes. And for anyone who enters during the show, in honor of raffle 68, and we have a Namath prize, we needed a Don Maynard associated prize. Pro Football Hall of Famer Don Maynard signed Jets helmet. That is for anyone who enters for the weekly raffle during this show. So if you don't win a weekly raffle prize, you have better odds to win a Don Maynard signed helmet at the end of the show with the other 4 prizes. I'm repping my Super Bowl 1968 Jet shirt in honor of raffle 68 coming up at the end of the show. All right, let's get to more of your calls. She's in action right now against Papa Jet. It's Queen Leenie time.
Is this Mike D's nuts?
No, it's Queen Leenie, the silver hair beauty. She loves the Jets. Leenie used 1 punch to take down the beast. Queen Leenie is the best. The Asmaniac home pass. It's Queen Leenie.
Leenie.
Hey. Hello, Asmaniacs. Oh, my God. I just love this show. Oh, my God. I want to just say, I don't know if probably Charles didn't get to see, but I wish him luck, Mr. Gorman. Hopefully you'll get a job today. He looked very snazzy. and wishing him good luck.
He did look snazzy.
Everyone, it has been a blast. This is just so much fun. And thank you to the committee for even putting me in. And I'm just having a great time. But I did want to say, I didn't know, is Jay Quest in the chat?
He is in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well,
in fact, I could read you his comment, Leenie. He wrote, I love Leenie. She's going to win the tourney, calling in 2 times all year. This is why she's my hall pass. Love you, Leenie.
I love you too, Jay Quest. Well, what I wanted to say was, if you vote for me, anybody that votes for me, if they want, can get a Leenie hall pass. Okay. It's Mr. Leenie approved. He told me, do anything you have to do to get to the next round. So everyone that votes for me, they get a pass. It will not expire. And so if you'd like one, and then I'll put your name on it, and you can be my hall pass.
Calm your freaky down.
Hey now.
Hey, ooh, Joe, Big Joe. And then I just wanted to tell Jay Quest, you get the golden ticket.
Wow.
You get the golden Leenie hall pass. Okay. Anytime there's a line, you cut the line, and anytime, anywhere, any place, Jay Quest.
Calm your freaky down.
This is outrageous. All to win a tournament. Unbelievable.
Oh, I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. And Papa Jet, what can I say about Papa Jet? Nothing bad. He is so cool. And we've been doing stuff in the Discord together. He's just such a great guy. And there's nothing I can say bad about him. So, I just love the beard. It reminds me of ZZ Top. So every time I see him, that's what I think about, ZZ Top. But I love you, Papa Jet. And thanks, guys, everybody. This has been a blast. Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate it.
Leenie, you're a legend.
Go Jets.
This is quite the run. The 16th seed in position to go to the Elite Eight. Let's go.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Leenie on some run. And God, 2 comments immediately. Cisco Lopez, Leenie given the Rossini treatment. Nick Shine, Leenie has turned into our very own Diana Rossini. God. Andrew C writes in, Nick Shine show, you deserve it. Andrew C, the dream. Very kind. How about this from Seth Martinez? A 10 spot of channel membership. Give him a hug, Woody.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Hit the jet chant. Seth Martinez just get the 10 memberships to the best community in sports. If you hear your name called, you received a gifted membership from Seth Martinez, Raw Power, Elijah the Great, Sith Happens, West Coast 8534, Matt Morano, Billy Malakovic, The War of Ideas, Green Bean Jets fan. Shout out to you, GB. Hope you're doing well. And Justin 876, all receiving a gifted membership there from Seth Martinez. In poll voting right now, it is Leenie cruising, but things change quickly, as we know, in this tournament. Leenie is up 67-33. The hall pass strategy appears to be working. Reminder that Monday on the show, we're moving all the Sweet 16 matchups and Elite 8 and so on and so forth to only 1 per day to give people a chance to call in during the first show for the final campaign pitches. And, of course, extend this thing through the NFL draft. We're going to pause the tournament for draft weekend and then wrap up the tournament when we get to the Final Four that Monday after the NFL draft. We're making our way through the inside-outside region. We've done that. Now we're in the Dangerous Alliance region. AJF and the big fella will be getting underway Monday, and then the winner will play in all likelihood Leenie in that one. Briga and Gary 3D Boxing. That is a matchup that I know people can't wait to see how it's going to play out. 2 guys that don't like each other. 2 guys who couldn't be on more opposite ends of opinions on most things. That is a battle that everyone's excited for. Voter fraud allegations staring this matchup in the face after what happened with Gary in his last round. Just craziness in this battle. And for more on this, we check in with one of the 2 people involved in the showdown.
He thinks that Gary needs more shots inside his head. His
cowboy hates when you don't believe in achievement. Well, they call him One Punch Brigger. The moon landing was free. They call him One Punch Brigger. His claim is not true. They call him One Punch Brigger. Hated jokes just like this ass. One Punch Brigger doesn't know they need them.
Jake, how are you?
Dave, I was thinking about you yesterday. I've never believed in achievement more.
Do you see that?
Oh, yeah.
What's that, my friend?
That looks like, to me, the moon and then planet Earth right behind it.
The deniers could go run in a hole now, okay? We proved it again and again. I just wanted to call in to show you that. So that's my verification. We saw what happened yesterday. So, Gary, it's time to just bow down, kneel at the throne of achievement. Accomplishment has been done. So I just wanted to come in today. I give glory to God that He brought those men back, and they made it through the Van Allen belt, which Gary also denied. So that's Gary and I agree on a lot of things spiritual. So we can't say that we don't agree on things. But these people really have to come to a knowledge that the truth really happened. So I just wanted to show you that picture today, that we can rejoice in that fact today. That the thing, we actually accomplished things in the United States of America. And all the people that say, that hate us, just go run back to their holes. So I just had that to say today, Jake. I'm just glad for that fact.
Well, Dave, what are your thoughts on the fact that of all the matchups in this tournament, this feels like the one that people are the most anticipating?
Well, it's a good matchup, man. We bring the fire. If I get the lead, you ain't going to beat me. Because when we took a lead of my team, they put me out for the last period. They put me the last 2 minutes. They put me on the best man. So he's got a lot of calls in. He's got a lot of backers, and he's going to get multiple votes. So I have to figure out a way how to, defeat that fact. It's okay. Hey, I don't care about multiple votes. Don't make a difference to me. If it happens, it happens. Hey, the worst thing that's going to happen in this tournament for Gary is if Leenie wins. That's going to be the worst thing, because he'll never be able to take that if a woman wins the tournament. And looks like Leanie's got a good chance of doing it. And so I'll give praise to Leenie. She's doing a good job.
Dave, are you concerned that the Gary army that's out there is going to be trying to make so many accounts to keep up with the support you might get from the community?
No, I'm not worried. Hey, they can vote all they want. I told them, it's okay with me. There's no rules. This is the rules. Hey, it's open season. There's no rules. There's no, that's the way the Asmaniac tourney just going. We don't have any rules. It's like the old statement goes, everything's fair in love and war, So
you're not wrong, Dave. I mean, this is a highly anticipated battle, though. And I think after what happened last round, I think people are just really looking forward to seeing, the voting turnout. How many people are going to come out in waves to vote for either side?
I really don't think it's how many people, it's you could probably have all the multiple votes will decide probably, but it's okay. Hey, it's all in fun, right? We're having a good time.
Do you think that Jets Johnny is now the face of voter fraud in this community?
No, I just don't. Jets Johnny's okay. He just, it's all. Hey, it is what it is, Jake. That's all, right? We're having a good time, right?
I think it's gonna be great. I never could have imagined it would lead to Black Gypsy and Gary screaming at each other over
both of those guys actually denied the moon landing, so. I think Black Gypsy said on one of his calls, he said it might have happened later. So let them go at each other's throats. If Gary beats me, it's okay. Whatever happens, happens. I really don't care, because the fact that what happened yesterday proves that he was just full of baloney, just like the rest of the deniers are. So that makes me happy. That's victory for me, that our country accomplishes things, that we achieve things. Deniers accomplish nothing, but they don't even know what achievement means. So answer that fact, okay? That's all I know. So we all know who's out. Hey, let it happen. I just think it'll probably come down to Leenie and Mr. Clifton. So Leanie's just like she's steamrolling, I think. So she's on her. Leanie's on her way, I think.
Look, Leanie's got the Cinderella run going for her right now.
I think she does. I think she does. She got a lot of support, Leenie. I met her down at the Tampa Fair. She's a great lady, you know. She's a great lady.
She wrote in, "Thanks, Dave."
Yeah. Hey, no problem, Leenie. You're number one. Okay, Jake. Here we go again. Just remember this, you deniers. You're bums. There it is. God bless America. Jake, take it easy.
Dave, you have yourself a fantastic weekend.
He thinks that Gorman needs to get a freaking job. This cowboy hates to see Asmaniacs complain. What he call him, one-punch rigger. You need to get a job. What he call him, one-punch rigger. The beast is on his ass. They call him one-punch rigger. Has anyone seen Dean Mack? They call him one-punch rigger. He'll only need one.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Going to get to more of your calls. Raffle at the end of the show. Can I give a shout out to Frank P? 10 spot channel memberships in for the Don Maynard helmet and the 4 other weekly raffle prizes. Let's go. Frank P. Hit it. Super chat from Bino, who writes in, Leanie's the hottest ticket going. And she's giving out hall passes, baby. Nick Shine Show, Leenie, I already read that one. Let's see. Genergy in for 4. She's our queenie and the final 4%er in the tourney. Give her an emoji already or hall pass. Ladies and gentlemen, Genergy showing support for a fellow member of the 4%.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Make sure you vote either Leenie or Papa Jet. Poll will remain open till the end of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Papa Jet, it's his turn. He is called in.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jet. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
You got me, Jake?
Oh, I got you, Papa.
You know, Jake, I'm not one to rock the boat, but I'm going to rock it. Our buddy Jay Quest, Mr. AKA Hall Pass, very good source of mine. We're on these burner accounts again. I was told he made about 20 of them. It could be up to 50 of them. What's that about?
He made burner accounts to vote for Leenie?
Yeah, because he's Mr. Hall Pass. And then Leenie comes on with all these Hall Pass and the golden ticket Charlie Wonka chocolate bar for J-Quest. This is a conspiracy.
Interesting. I have not heard this, Papa, but obviously I take your word for it. This is something that we need to investigate. J-Quest, are these allegations true? Call in and defend yourself.
And you know what? I sat next to him at the Carolina game. I broke bread with his children. This is not good.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's 65-35 right now. There's been 221 votes. If Jay Quest made 50 accounts, that's obviously very significant in swaying the voting.
Yes. So to the 35% who have voted for me so far, God bless you. You're in my heart. And for you 65% Leenie ass kissers, you disgust me. I can't believe I'm getting through this, Jake. I was going to do something, but after Peg and Artie's video there, I was like, anything I try to do is just going to be so dry, Their video cracked me up so bad. They were great. Peg was a rock star, and Artie walking down that hallway doing his ooh-ahs to Peg. I don't know. It was funny. And one thing I want to say, Jake, I want to give props to the big fellow because I don't think he got enough recognition last week when, and this, I'm not saying this just because I got him going all the way, being the champ, but when Andrew C. called Beast and he wanted to see the bowling ball, you know how Beast was shuffling like he always does, right? The big fellow came on, and within a minute, that bowling ball was shown to the Dream. Not only that, he said thank you, which none of us thought that was ever going to happen. And the big fellow did all that within a minute. So I'm giving props to the big guy.
You're not wrong, Papa. And that's why I referred to the big fella as the Beast Whisperer. He seems to be one of the few people who can really reach the beast.
Yep. And before I go, yeah, like Leenie said, we were going back and forth in the Discord. I was sending her rock videos with Queen in it, and she was doing it back with Papa. And I was going to save my swan song for her at the end, but it looks like I don't have to wait. So my swan song tour is going to be the Queen Killer by Queen because she's killing everybody. So she's the Queen Killer. But other than that, Jake, you know what? My son said he sent you something on Instagram and wanted you to play it. And I don't know what it is. He could be setting me up, but I don't know what it is. Maybe I should save it for next year. But he said he wanted you to play it, but I don't know what it is.
What's your son's Instagram name? I don't remember seeing anything.
Oh, shit, I don't know. His name's Luke. Could be like Luke 28 or
Luke 28.
Or his handle in here is Stony Lonesome, whatever the hell that means.
Oh, I got it. Oh, okay.
Is this going to hurt or help?
I think it will provide laughs, and it involves another Asmaniac. So this was the message. I got it. It was in it came up under like hidden messages. This is from January 1st, 2026. So I didn't even see this. He sent this months ago. He sent me this, and he wrote,
"What the hell?
Jake, Papa Jet's son here. Forgot I took a photo of my dad next to some monstrous dude. Had to edit a little. Didn't know if you wanted to sprinkle it in during his next call. That appears to be you standing next to Kyle Clifton there."
I'm going to kill him. That was it?
That's it. That's what he sent me.
I'll have to. No, he said he sent something to you today. It wasn't January, so I'll have to find out.
Show this on the stream, but all I have is just this picture. So if you put a video or something else, I don't have that.
Okay.
But you and Kyle Clifton look good together there.
Yeah, really good. Okay, Jake. Well, hey, I might call back, but maybe not.
Papa, keep doing your thing. You ran into a buzzsaw, but that happens sometimes.
But hey, I'm just happy that I was even picked, and to make it, Sweet 16, was it?
Yep. So,
hey, got my feet wet, and I'm lucky enough to get in next year. Maybe I'll try to bring a little more oomph, But God bless all the Asmaniacs and Leenie. She's, we all know she's got a beautiful soul and spirit. So no shame in losing to her, So
the Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Papa Jet, shout out to you. Well done. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's say hello to this man. Beast.
I'm trying to figure out how this cage is getting built. This is a real pain in the ass.
I thought you built your guinea pig cage already.
I'm trying to repair it right now. It's just.
What's wrong? Come over here. Let's talk it through. You need a break. Come over here.
Oh, would you like to try doing something like this?
I would not actually.
They've got great cages. I'm not paying them $200 for their small cages. 46
that shirt
bucks.
Really fits you.
This junk. This is what happens when you get crap from China.
You're blaming the Chinese?
I'm also planning on writing a eulogy for Gary. I'm planning on writing a eulogy for him. Because after all, after what's going to happen come Tuesday, there will be a funeral on Wednesday. And I'm going to take part of the eulogy. First for me. Knowing me, I've been to plenty of funerals already. And I'll do something in Gary's honor since he's going to be in the casket. I'll order him that nice big whatever size casket. It'll have to be in either a nice red or a nice black with the white.
Hey, Beast. Is little Joey trying to escape? Tom Ace wanted to know.
No, he's eating lunch right now or snack right now because he has his pellets. What are you blind? Right now, whatever Walmart sent me, they did a pretty bad job of what they sent me. They did a really
Hey, Beast, there's someone on the line that wants to say hello to you.
JETS. Yes. All right, let's go. Beast.
What'll be, stranger?
What's going on, man? What's up with these hole drills?
These what?
Drills in the hole.
My hands have been tight. My schedule is a mess. I'm trying to get things under control right now. It's springtime. I got stuff for Goodwill that has to go. I got stuff that I have to get prepared for. I got billiard season. I got cleaning up season to work on. My hands are tied.
These magic hands, right?
Are you
strike
smoking
after
that funny
strike.
cigarettes again?
Huh?
Are you smoking that funny cigarettes
what do you
again?
mean? Yeah. What do you mean again? I smoke them.
Right now, I'm not. I don't even want to talk right now. I want to try and get this done, but it's a pain in the ass because it's the way they set it up
You
is
gonna
not
run
good.
off with Joey?
I'm trying to get his cage repaired, and the way they sent it to me,
Cake
it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Also, Beast, I do want to ask you, right? I have seen I have seen Iron Maiden 3 times. If they come to the Chicago, you're aware, right?
I know who they are.
Would you go with me?
Put on the vest. Put on the vest and let's see how much pain you can take. Because if they
Why would I want
play,
pain? It would be like a great time, I think. No?
Well, as you all
Me and the Beast at Iron Maiden show.
with the devil sends the beast with wrath because he knows the time is short.
All right,
Let
yes.
him who hath understanding reckon the number of the beast, for it is a human number. Its number, it's 666.
6. Yes. Yes, Beast. You know. Have you ever seen them live? Have you ever seen them live?
I own all the Iron Maidens from 80 all the way to 2007.
Yeah. You got that poster on the ceiling.
I have Eddie right there holding the Union Jack. I have the number of the beast. I had a seventh son of a seventh son, but you know who stole that from me? Some thief stole it from me. That's okay, because you know what? His loss becomes my gain.
A thief came into your attic while you were sleeping and stole a poster.
No, I had it stolen from me. I had it stolen. That's
From
okay.
where?
Oh my God. Don't know how it happened. It happened a long
You must
time
have been
ago.
really
I put it behind me
sleeping.
now. I put it behind me now because I want to, we learn sometimes you can't always get what you want in life. But you know what you got to do? You got to get what you need.
But who stole something?
I don't know. I don't know who it was, but I had it stolen from me. But it's okay because you know what? Sometimes we always can't get what we want, but we got to get what we need in life.
Were you like a Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone, right? And then thieves into your house?
This happened. I don't know when, but I don't want to talk about it because that's in the past. That I leave behind me, and I put my my life to the future.
Can somebody make the Home Alone poster with Beast with his hands?
You sit when you pee. Now go to another caller.
I don't know. Where we going, Beast?
No, they're. I mean, can
You
we
know what?
address
Yeah,
something?
yeah. I was working on some Gorman stuff. What about you in working in a hotel? A beast
I got
concierge.
to get ready. I got to get ready for lawn care season.
A
Lawn care is
concierge.
around the corner time. No, thank you.
What do you think?
I got lawn care coming up.
Lawn care. Interesting. All right. You have a big yard?
No, I find whatever I can. I find whatever yards need to be done, and whatever gets done gets done. What you see is what you get.
Australian Jets fan. Oh, no.
That sounded a little too British, if I'm being honest.
No.
Oh, no. Almost. You're getting there.
How about
Not
that?
there.
Almost? Yeah. What's up, Australia?
Nothing much.
Were
I was...
you surfing or something?
No. I'm just in
No.
my room.
No.
Nah. No.
No.
No. Yeah, nah.
No.
Beers in the
No. Alright.
Yeah, nah. Nah, yeah. You get me?
No, yeah.
No, thank you.
All right, what do we got? What do we got? Why is all right, good all right, good on you. JETS. Yes. All right, let's go.
What a show this has been. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a Bobby Midnight appearance coming, but first, an appearance from the #1 overall seed in this tournament.
All I know is if Jay Quest only set up 20 burner accounts to go get that hall pass, he's not working hard enough, because I set up 50 myself, and I showed Leenie's picture to Mrs. C, and she helped me set up half of them. She's like, I totally get it. So that's basically, this is the only show on YouTube, and I've scoured it, that has all the job search, all the human trafficking, all the moon landing conspiracies, all wrapped up into one show with the most feudal team in professional sports. It runs quite the gamut. So
Can you imagine what this show would look like if the Jets ever were good?
yeah, it'd be fantastic. We can only hope and dream, right, Jake?
Yeah, that's right.
I think that increasingly, I think that that one of those three receivers is gonna be there at 16, and the reason why is that I've been listening to a lot of these guys that do this professionally, and the offensive tackle help is going to come off quicker than we think, right? And we know that always that there's a couple of corners. It's just hard to imagine that and that doesn't mean it definitely won't happen, but like someone like Cleveland, right? What does Cornell Tate do for them right now? I don't know. Ideally, I think that they'd like to go back, like most teams in the top 8 or so, right? I just think that he's someone who, while solid, is not someone that would be a typical top 8 pick, in my view. There's problems with him against the top competition. They say that there's sometimes some problems with his get off. I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be, probably would be a great running partner for Garrett. It's just a matter of, what would you be willing to pay to go get up? And we have so many needs. Like, I'm almost to the point where I'd be more willing to go back from 2 than to come up from 16. And we know that 33 can kind of go either way. If we see someone that's worth the 50-year option, we can come up. if we see someone that should have been there in the first round at 33 that presents great value, we'll stick. And then if we want to recoup that third rounder and trade back, we can do that as well. I can't wait. I'm thinking now that it might be a tough time for me to get out to any draft parties, but this is my favorite time of the year, and I haven't even gotten a chance to get into the beast as much as I'd like yet.
You don't get enough of that on this show?
Yeah, not the in-depth. We get a lot of wild opinions and preferences and stuff, but like the stuff where you get into the guy's background and kind of how they came up and their injury history and how they were used and what their special talents are. I love reading about that kind of stuff. It's really educational and kind of helps me understand the team's processes a little bit better. It's been a great week. I thought Peter did a great job yesterday. He's a great gentleman. And
you started a war of holes and bounties.
I sure did.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, I didn't particularly want to hear Neil's advocacy for my opponent on the day where I was competing. That was a big part of it. And I certainly didn't want to hear anything about trying to draft a quarterback that simply doesn't exist in the first round. So that's kind of how I felt about it. But I always feel that Neil's calls are entertaining. It's just that I kind of wasn't up for it yesterday. I appreciate your time as ever, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Clifton.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Let's continue with your calls right after we get caught up on a few super chats that came through. The Dream wants to know, why does Dave Brigga have good hair and I don't? All about genetics, Dream. Hawk writes in, Papa, if Leenie's giving out hall passes for votes, you need to give out mystery boxes. Fight box with box. Hey now. And then Munkin Chips sent in a $2 super chat. Munkin, if you meant to attach a comment or question to that, just write it in. Let me know. We're going to start counting the raffle names here. Again, I got 4 prizes I'm raffling away coming up at the end of the show. It's a Joe Namath helmet, Darrelle Revis helmet, Braylon Allen jersey, Anthony Beck jersey, plus a Don Maynard signed helmet for anyone who enters specifically when I'm live right now on the show. You'll qualify for the weekly, and you'll have a chance to win a separate raffle with just the people who entered during the show. It's raffle 68, our 68th weekly raffle that we've done since December of 2024. And that's why we had to go with some Joe Namath and Don Maynard themed prizes for everyone who's supporting the program. With that, let's get to more of your calls before we wrap this baby up. And the people want some Bobby Midnight. So you know what? The people are about to get some Bobby Midnight. Hit it.
Well, I can't wear my freaking hat. It's hot, my balls will sweat. Oh, look, I have a fan. I'm Bobby. That's when I didn't even have air conditioning. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
You come a long
way.
How
you doing, Jake? Congratulations on your 68th raffle.
Bob?
That's pretty good. You're speeding through time. Uh-oh.
Your internet's choppy.
In the hospital again.
Michael's in the hospital? What happened?
Yeah, I know. He, the stuff in his lungs, the fluid, it's back again. He worked on Wednesday. Then he got, the doctor said he got to be put in there. He's in there since Wednesday. Unbelievable. He's not doing good, Jake. I hope he's better,
Well, I hope
I told you he got his car. Did I tell you about his car?
You said he got into an accident.
Yeah, it was on Tuesday morning. We did expect, I don't think Michael expected it with all this. We had this snow, a little snow, right? But when he was driving, I guess it was slippery and he crashed. And then he was meeting my dad up in to go to the hospital in Dartmouth. So that didn't happen. He ended up in the Brattleboro. And Dr. Lakini was on vacation. And then I had Dr. Gagowski. He took out my gallbladder. and he says my toe is getting great. I can't wait because when I get my shoe off, I am going to go get a part-time job. So that's what I'm planning on. So, yes, I want to get off that. You still have that, right?
Well, I hope Mikey feels better,
what do
Bobby.
they call
Okay, send him our best wishes.
Yeah, but wasn't it nice to Nick to help Charles get a job?
It was very nice.
Very nice of him. Yeah, he's my whisperer. Like big fellow is Beast. Nick Shine is my whisperer. So
He's your whisperer. He speaks Bobby Midnight.
Are you going to any Knicks are playing today?
They're playing tomorrow. The playoffs start soon, so I'll be going to some of the playoff games. Bobby, your internet is terrible.
All right, let's everybody.
Hey, when you hear this in 10 minutes, just know that Rick Kent wrote Bobby may have AC, but he looks like he doesn't have a shower. Call back, Bobby, on your phone, maybe. That might work better. Your Wi-Fi ever since you got out of the hospital has been atrocious. Stack in for one. Thank you, Stack. Robin Boy Wonders in the raffle for one. That's 2 more entries, baby. Yeah.
I'm just a little grouchy today. I didn't get much sleep. Almost fell off the bed, almost hurt my asshole this morning.
Oregon Jets in the Asmaniac raffle for 2. Thank you, Oregon. And then we have, did I miss one? Oh, here we go. Cisco Lopez. Shout out to you, Cisco. He goes, get well, Mikey Midnight.
Bang!
Amen. Cisco, appreciate you. Got you down for 2. All right, home stretch of our show. I'm counting raffle names. And I am going to make sure that we get everyone entered for the weekly and the specialty one we're doing specifically for anyone who entered during this show for the Don Maynard jersey. We're brought to you today by IndaCloud. IndaCloud should be your go-to. I'll tell you why it's my go-to. If you ever finish a long day of doing this show, maybe you were in the chat, maybe you're just dealing with life, you're stressed out, you want to relax and not feel wiped out, that's where IndaCloud comes in. As everything ramps up, more Jets news, more shows, more content. I'm all about staying balanced, and IndaCloud makes it easy. It's a fully legal online cannabis dispensary with gummies, premium flower, pre-rolls, and my personal go-to, the zero sugar THC sodas. I'm telling you, after going live twice a day, talking Jets, one of those at night, perfect reset, no alcohol, no sluggish feeling, just a smooth way to unwind and be ready to go again the next day. Everything is lab tested, federally legal, hemp-derived THC. It also ships discreetly right to your door. So as Maniacs, if you're 21 or older, you can get 35% off your first order and free shipping on orders over $50 at indacloud.co when you use my code Asman. That's indacloud.co, code Asman, 35% off, free shipping over $50. When you check out, make sure you fill out that quick survey. It helps support the show. Enjoy responsibly. And as always, go Jets. More of your calls before we wrap. We head out to Australia. We're standing by as the Australian Jets fan. Hello, AJF.
Hey, Jake. I was gonna go look for kangaroos tomorrow morning or today morning, but I guess you're not doing a show. So
well, you realize that
put
it's
that off.
Saturday here, so tomorrow's Sunday. No show Sunday unless there's crazy breaking news, and then Monday we'll be back with our shows.
Do you always just do one show on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, during the season, I don't do a show on Saturday because we do the post games on Sunday. But in the off season, I like to do it Saturday and then give myself a day off Sunday.
I might just have to go and then send a video in then for the next. But yeah, it's definitely on my agenda. I'm just still preparing for battle. But in other news, so my other team that isn't the Jets, the Bombers, won their first game in 323 days today. So if something gives me hope to beat the big fella, it's that, because I didn't think they were going to win.
Is this a soccer team or?
No. We have our own football in Australia. It's like every sport you can think of combined.
Aussie rules football? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
you guys have the weird shaped ball.
It's similar. It's similar. It's an oval as well, but it doesn't have the pointy ends.
It's way bigger.
Yeah.
Like, you can't like throw it like a normal American football.
It's not too much bigger. Like I can throw it like an American football.
If you have
It
giant
doesn't
hands.
spiral as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, I mean, I don't know how the sizings work, but we have 5 sizes, and I would say that an NFL ball is probably as big as a size 4, so like one size down. But yeah, so I'm excited. I don't really have a Jets point. I got to be honest. I'm just waiting for the draft now. Like we all have been. We've pretty much been through everything, I reckon, at this point. I'm excited for the NBA draft as well because, as you know, the Wizards are not in the playoffs.
The Wizards stink.
I think they're going to be good next year. I'm really excited. Trae Young, Anthony Davis. We're going to get AJ I can't say his last name. DeBanster, number 1 draft
BYU?
pick.
He'll be the Zach Wilson of NBA players.
You reckon?
No, I don't know. He might be good. I have no idea.
I don't really know college basketball like that.
The
but
fact
yeah,
that
I
you're
mean,
a Wizards fan and a Jet fan, though, is just brutal.
I mean, yeah, it could be worse. I mean, unlike for the Jets, I actually have hope for the Wizards. But for the Jets, look, I have absolutely no idea where it's going. I believe in the Mooj. Do I believe in Glenn? Not really. But you know, like we all want as Jet fans, I hope that he proves me wrong. I hope that Geno wins the Super Bowl next year. Can I see it happening? No. Is anything possible? Yes. So, who knows? Maybe in, I don't know, a little bit less than a year from now, we're here talking about how Geno Smith won the Jets our second ever Super Bowl.
From your lips to God's ears.
I hope so. Garrett Wilson, Super Bowl MVP. And then what would we do in the draft? Do you reckon they would still draft a quarterback? Even if Geno wins us a Super Bowl?
If they won the Super Bowl, I don't think they'll be drafting a quarterback.
You know, that's just the topic of conversation that it gets to this point. We're talking about a Jets Super Bowl before the draft where we're picking second.
No. You're talking about a Jets Super Bowl. I'm not talking about it. In fact, I'm done talking to you.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
AJF getting a little crazy out in Australia. Ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly head back to an attic in Illinois.
You sit when you pee. Now go to another caller.
Beast, everything okay? What's the latest with the cage for little Joey?
They make this shit so impossible that you can't even figure it out. They give me a crappy cage that can't even sure, I follow half the instruction, but
hey, put the ring light on. We can't see.
They don't give me the right stuff.
It's too dark in your attic. Put some lights on.
Go to another caller.
Put the lights on.
Please go to another caller. I got enough problems right now.
I don't think you want me to go to another caller.
Women need to vacuum and shouldn't be allowed to vote.
I want nothing to do with him today. Nothing to do with him. He's an asshole with an ego. Get him out of here. All he knows how to do is give me a freaking headache. Go away. Go away, you foul stench. Foul stench. He smells like shit, takes a big fat dump, and talks like he's a man. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to take care of women.
God, can't we all just get along? We'll come back to Gary in a moment. Shooter has called in. Hey, Shooter.
Hey, Jake, I had a quick Jets point. I'm with you on 16 on the wide receiver, but I was really on the idea of getting BTJ from the Jags. But yesterday, I saw that Travis Hunter is being permanently moved to cornerback. So do you think in that way, does that kind of throw up maybe them possibly trading out BTJ? Thanks for taking my call.
Well, good call, Shooter. I mean, if they're going to if they're going to obviously turn Hunter into a full-time corner and a part-time receiver, the only way the Jets are going to be able to get Brian Thomas Jr. in a deal is if they meet whatever demand the Jaguars have set. It sounds like there were some talks the asking price was too much for any team. And then the Jaguars leaked it out to reporters. Oh, we're not trading him. It's not true, because you got to protect the ego of the player that you were having trade talks with, Like, oh, no, we were never trading him. It's like you would if you got the right offer. The Jets weren't trading Sauce Gardner till the Colts said, here's 2 first-round picks and A.D. Mitchell, If Brian Thomas Jr. is traded, it's going to happen draft weekend. And it could be a team that maybe, like the Jets, they have a certain receiver in mind. Let's say the Jets don't want to trade up, and at 16, the big 3 that they wanted, they're gone. Then all of a sudden they're like, well, all right, we'll up our offer to Jacksonville. We already had talks with them. They want to pick 44. We weren't willing to do that. Now we'll offer that to get them. And I'm just using the Jets as an example because I know them the best, but there could be other teams that have the same type of discussion with Jacksonville as well. Maybe it's the Eagles who know they're going to trade A.J. Brown, and they have something worked out where if they don't get what they want for Brown, or a receiver where they're picking in round 1, I think it's 23 for Philadelphia, is not there, then they make the deal for Brian Thomas Jr. It could be something like that, where it's worked out contingent on what players are actually available for them. Or maybe Jacksonville's decided they're just not going to trade him. That is always a possibility too. But just kind of piecing together how this story was covered by certain reporters, why things got out there, and then the strong pushback that, oh, no, we're not trading him. That's my read on it. Last chance to get in on the show. Last chance to vote in Asmaniac Madness. Leenie in cruise control, 64-36. Leenie leading Papa Jet in the greatest tournament in all of sports. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw him briefly. Now we go right back to him on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline.
As an Asmaniac, you're entertaining, but you're an entertaining scumbag.
Sit on your hands, mute yourself if you have to. Stop acting like a female. Look at you. You're very feminine, an irate child crying, 'cause mommy won't buy you a toy. Say a little prayer for Black Gypsy. He wants to beat me up over an Asmaniac contest. Look at you.
I like the are you old enough to remember Celebrity Deathmatch on MTV? You're not old enough to remember that, are you?
I mean, I'm aware of it. I didn't watch it.
That it looks like a Celebrity Deathmatch character. It's I like Celebrity Deathmatch, Gary. Also, Lee Van in your Discord flew to Japan to watch the fight. Attention, Nashikawa and Juan Francisco Estrada. He's in Japan right now. He was posting pictures.
I know he's a huge fight fan like you, but I did not know he was in Japan.
I think he's staying until Mikis Inoue, who's like one of the greatest fighters ever, is fighting in May. I think he's staying for that whole like for a month or whatever that is. Crazy. The fight was on like 5 o'clock this morning local time, and he sending me pictures. I'm like, holy hell, he really flew to Japan for those fights. That's dope. Also, I don't try to feel bad for myself as a Jets, Nets, and Mets fan, but like it's hard to get worse than that. Oh, I think Australian Jet fan may get worse. I don't know what those Bombers are, but they haven't won in 11 months. What it sounded like 300 and whatever he said, 30 days.
I don't know when their season is though. It's like when people have like a hit streak that carries over from the previous year.
Yeah, but they still haven't won a game in a full year though. Yes. Basically, and then like. I'm a Nets fan. I'm not going to talk trash about anyone's team, but the Wizards are worse than the Nets.
I don't know what the Wizards' plan is. Like they acquire Trae Young and Anthony Davis. Are they actually going to play for them next year, or they're just going to trade them in the offseason for more picks?
The NBA was trying to force them to move to either Seattle or most preferably Vegas. I think if they can make themselves relevant, they can kind of end that, sell some tickets, and stay in DC. But they've been so bad for so long, the NBA is wanting to move them to somewhere else to see if that would work. So I think this is like their last stand. Like, come on, guys, like we'll be decent, show up. I don't think it's going to work. I think they're going to be terrible again. But I mean, they have Sarr, they have Trey Johnson, they have a couple of decent young players, and then Young and AD. I don't think it's going to work, but I think this is like their last stand. I think they're such a piss poor organization that they're going to force them to sell, and they're going to take the team and move them to Vegas. It's kind of or Seattle. It's kind of my hunch. Keyshawn George, yeah, they got some decent players. But he actually has it worse than me. I didn't think there was any sports fan. I'm not trying to, throw a pity party. I just thought realistically there was no sports fan who had it worse than me. He probably does. Then I wanted to ask you about that. I was up till 7 a.m. watching fights in Japan. I missed the beginning of your show. The Jets are going to draft 9 starters. If that's the case, this will be the worst team ever. You can't have 9 22-year-olds and 21-year-olds starting in the NFL.
Over the next 2 years was
over
his
the next
point.
2 years.
He said but we talked about at the beginning if you want the full breakdown, but the breakdown that Field Yates was talking about was if you take the first and second round picks the Jets have over the next 2 years, the goal should be, hey, you can get 9 starters. The math doesn't work though, because they only have 4 picks this year in the first and second round, and they have 4 next year. So at the most, if they don't make any trades and just stick and pick, it's 8. So we were just talking about like that also doesn't include the scenario that we talked about on the show yesterday, where one of these receivers the Jets like starts to fall, and they're like, hey, let's go up and get one using our extra second round pick and 16th overall and go make a move.
Okay. All right. Over 2 years. Okay. Like, I mean,
yeah, it was talking about the strategy of like, how do the Jets balance needing to improve, but also like you have all these picks. What's the best way to use them? That's what we talked about.
Muji is clearly the most important man in the Jets organization, right? Like they're in the same position the Nets are in. They don't really have much. They have more than the Nets do, but they have a bunch of picks. Correct. Then you just have to trust the person making the picks. I don't trust the Nets, Sean Marks. I don't trust him, so that he's going to blow this. But like, if Muji does this right, he could put the Jets in position to be good for the next 5 to 10 years. He really could. Like, I mean, he's got so much draft capital. We have a ton of cap space. Like, he's got a blank canvas to make it whatever he wants. If he's good at his job, the Jets will be great. If he's bad at his job, the Jets are going to be terrible. It's really
Look, I like Muji, and I think he's done a good job given when you apply the context to like what he's working with. But this is it's not the same thing. It's a little different, but it's very similar to how many of us felt, myself included, about Joe Douglas at the beginning of his tenure, because he made a lot of smart trades at the beginning to accumulate picks. They got a ton for Sam Darnold. I know we look back at Sam Darnold and go, oh, so, but like at the time, getting a second and a fourth was a lot. Getting a fourth for Chris Herndon was a lot. The Jamal Adams deal, 2 first-round picks for a
fourth for Herndon? I thought he just got cut. Good shot. Wow. He sucked, man. Who drafted him? Who drafted him?
McCagnon.
That was a McCagnon pick.
But there were a lot of good trades that Douglas made, and there was and like even the first draft with Becton. Becton was good as a rookie. People never talk about that. We felt good about Mackay, and then all the injuries started. He was never the same. He ate himself out of the league almost. Like we felt good about Douglas, and then Douglas took the swing on Wilson. It blew up in his face. Obviously, Douglas also hired Saleh, and that didn't work. So right now, Muji's done a great job, acquiring the assets. He's made some shrewd moves on the margins to improve the team, like the Briggs and Phillips deal, for example. But he hasn't taken the home run swing yet. That's going to be when he drafts his quarterback. And if Glenn can't figure it out, it's going to be if he gets an opportunity to be part of a coach search.
That's the other thing, because he didn't pick Glenn, so you can't put Glenn on him. It's the one thing he didn't get to pick. I think, and we all kind of think that within the next year, he's going to get to pick his head coach. Then it'll be his project. He's going to pick the quarterback, the coach, and basically all of the starters.
That was Douglas. Douglas didn't pick Case. Case helped him get the job, just like Glenn helped Muji get the job. We are right now, if you follow the Douglas timeline with Muji and Glenn, we're like going into the 2020 season right now.
If you look at our recent history, Saleh really might be the best head coach we've had in a decade. Like I like Bowles, but no one else seems to like Bowles. I like his demeanor. No one else.
You got to give Bowles the advantage over Saleh. I mean, but I don't think Bowles is a great coach either. But like Bowles is, proven to be.
No, I like Bowles. Yeah, no, that's true. I like Bowles. I wouldn't have fired him. I like Bowles, but I mostly just like him. I like his demeanor. I like that he was the opposite of Rex Ryan. He was calm and stoic, except for that last interview when they lost the last game of the season. He was dropping F-bombs. Like, oh, who is this guy? Can you put M123's super chat up? He's asking me a question.
Who has a super chat? Oh,
M123.
Who are Gary's picks at 2 and 16? Also, please don't use plastic cup. It lowers tea.
So I want to address both of that. So
here we go.
Lemon at 16 would be ideal. 2, I don't. This is going to sound weird. The more and more we debate about Reese, I like Downs, but I think it's going to be Reese. And I'm fine with that. I'd rather have Reese, I think, at 2. So Reese and Lemon, realistically, although if possible, I'd like to trade down from 2 to 6 or 7 and take Caleb Downs. But I don't know if anyone's trading up. And then Lemon at 16 would be ideal. If not, I'm not going to call him Sadiq Bey. Kenyon Sadiq, I'd be good with too. Get me a weapon offensively. And then as far as so this is paper. This is paper. But he's not wrong about it. Here's the issue: if I drink something out of if I drink water, then I get the fluoride out of the water. So it's like, what are you going to do? You want to drink clean water out of a plastic bottle that's going to lower your T? He's not wrong. Or drink the water out of the tap with the fluoride in it. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But that's an excellent question, 1, 2, 3. He's asked me about this before, and I've never addressed it, about the plastic, drinking out of plastic bottles. He's not wrong. It does.
Now, what are your thoughts on Dave Brigga celebrating the achievement of the astronauts?
Yeah, I was putting together furniture this morning as soon as I got up. I'm listening to the call. I didn't really get it. And he said that this proves he was right. How does us blasting up out of orbit today prove that people walked on the moon 55 years ago? I didn't follow that logic. And then he said, if Leenie wins or a woman wins, I'm going to be pissed. I voted for Leenie at least twice. I don't remember if I voted for her in the second round, but I voted for her today, and I voted for her against Beast. I know I voted for Genergy. I voted for Jay Graves in the wild card round. I would have voted for her all the way through if she had beat me. Why would I be upset if a woman won? Why would I be upset by that?
I'm not sure. Dave Brigga thinks that you'd be very upset if Leenie were to win the whole thing.
I voted for at least, I don't know if I voted for any other. I voted for at least 3 women, and I voted for Leenie multiple times. Why would I be upset if a woman won an Asmaniac calling contest when I voted for multiple women? It's a weird thing.
Gary acting stupid again. You know damn well, Gary.
If I'm so stupid, then just explain it to me like I'm 5. If you truly understand something, then you can make complicated things seem simple, right? So then explain to me how that would be.
Yo Holmes followed up. I think he's trying to come up with the explanation for you. He goes, women shouldn't vote, but you vote for a woman, ?
Women shouldn't vote in what? Like, if women want to vote in the NBA All-Star game, go ahead, knock yourself out. Go vote as many times as you want because there's no rules, and I expect you to vote multiple times. You dig? Yeah,
I just says we will talk about it Tuesday. Gary, show up Tuesday morning.
All right, I will try to show up Tuesday. Remind me. He's on.
You're voting. Your matchup is Tuesday afternoon, but the morning.
Oh, it's Tuesday. I thought we were Thursday. Tuesday. Okay, Tuesday. All right, cool.
Here's the advanced schedule. Take a look for yourself. Saturday, right now, Leenie and Papa Jet. Monday will be Australian Jet Fan, the big fella. Tuesday, second show. Polls were open for you and Brigga.
Oh, cool. All right, Tuesday. All right, there it is. I will call in for sure on Tuesday. More than likely, I will try to call in on Tuesday.
Aussie Jets wants to know, why do the Russians acknowledge that America walked on the moon?
I don't like. This is like one of those things. So that's a begging the question fallacy. There's no one that thinks the moon landing is more fake than the Russians. They actually took the landing. You can see their president take the pictures from the moon landing and run it through the smartest AI system in the world. The smartest AI system in the world says it's fake, right? That's on the internet. You can see it. Like, no one thinks that. Like, that's a begging the question fallacy. It's like saying, why is Browning Nagel the greatest quarterback of all time? It's like, you've already built in your rhetoric, right? Like, you're begging the question. The question is Browning Nagel, shout out Browning Nagel, the greatest quarterback of all time? The answer is obviously no. Do the Russians acknowledge that Americans walked on the moon? Certainly they do not. Clearly. And Barbarossa said this too. It's like, there's no Russian scientist that questions this. And you just Google it and you get lists and lists of like every Russian scientist from the last 50 years who says, no, that's fake. Like, it's where do you people get this from? But like, I'm not gonna. The people who believe it seem to believe everything and probably injected themselves with poison because the government said it was safe and effective. Like, it's the same people. They just believe everything they're told because the government told me so.
So you still stand by the fact that the moon landing was fake?
The one in 1969 to 1971, yeah, those were fake. Like, here's what's interesting.
What about 1972? Didn't we walk on the moon then?
Was 71 or 72 the last year that they claimed to have walked on? Whatever. It's 71, 70, 72. Was it 72?
I thought it was 72.
Whatever. It's fine. 72.
Dave Brigga says, never acknowledging our great accomplishments. Sad.
Yeah, because it didn't happen. That's why. Like, did you, Dave Brigga, did you celebrate the Jets Super Bowl victory this year? Why didn't you celebrate that accomplishment? Because it didn't happen. Like, it's Dave, I love you. And I don't want to get into
the Jets Super Bowl didn't happen this
year. The Jets won the Super Bowl this year?
No, they won in the January 1969.
When the Jets won the Super Bowl this year, did you go to their parade?
I did not, because there wasn't a jet Super Bowl parade.
Right, and
but
no
there
one
was a
walked on
moon
the
landing in 1969.
You're not entertaining the question. I said something that didn't happen. I said, did you go to the Jets Super Bowl parade this year to celebrate their Super Bowl victory this year? And you're saying they didn't win the Super Bowl. Yes, I'm saying I didn't celebrate the moon landing because no one landed on it. That's the question, right? Like, did you go to the Brooklyn Nets parade this year for their NBA championship? No, because it didn't happen. No one walked on the moon. It's utterly ridiculous, right? I post the pictures in Nick's Discord all the time. If you believe that, like, I don't know what to tell you. You're not being an adult. Like, you're just not being serious. Like, so what's interesting is the height of AI in 1971, the same time that we were walking on the moon, was spell check. It blew people's mind that it could recognize patterns and fix your spelling. It blew people's minds. That was in 1971. Look where AI is today. That's how technology improves in over 50 years. Somehow, the technology that we had in 1971 to put people on the moon somehow regressed and got worse to the point that we couldn't do that. We couldn't get out of low orbit. And there's a NASA astronaut on the record saying for the first time in history, we're going to leave low orbit. Like, guys, and then you do it on April Fool's Day while we're genociding another country. It's like, guys, do you kind of see what's going on here? Like, can we kind of put things together here? Like, you were lied to and you happen to believe it. What happened yesterday, I don't know if that's true. I haven't looked into it. I have no idea. When the emotions calm down and the facts come out, I will look into what happened on April 1st to see if that holds water or not. But my assumption is that
you don't think the new moon trip happened?
I didn't say I did or I didn't. I haven't looked into it. I will look into it when the emotions calm and the facts start to settle. I will look into it. But I'm not going to look into it now when everyone's, so amped up one way or the other. There's a lot of people who think it's fake. I'm not saying I'm one of them. A lot of people. But I will look into it when the situation calms a little bit.
Eddie Ray says, chill out on the coffee.
Why? Why would I?
John LG says he'll look into it when conspiracy websites tell him to look into it.
Okay. This is from a guy, I guarantee you, this is a guy who jabbed himself with poison because the government told him it was safe and effective to do so. And now he's got heart conditions, right? Like, I already know. I already know, right? Like, and they never apologize when they're wrong, ever, right? They call you a conspiracy theorist for looking at facts, and then they never apologize when they're wrong.
Super chat from Andrew C., who says, enough. Where is Gorman? Your thoughts on Gorman applying for jobs?
Did he get a job? I meant to ask you, did Gorman get a job?
Rewind to the beginning of the show and you'll see for yourself.
Okay, shout out to Gorman. Yeah, no, that's good. I didn't think he really had the motivation to do it, and I'm glad he proved me wrong. I'm glad he does. Shout out Gorman if you did indeed get a job, and shout out to Nick
for a job.
All right, that's a step. That's a first step. That's a first step. I get it. All right, cool. All right. And shout out to Nick Shine for dishing out assists like John Stockton, Jason Kidd in their prime.
You want some Nick Shine? You want some Charles Gorman? We'll give it to you.
You're a scumbag. You get no vote from women. Charles is emotional like a woman. He has no testosterone. He's a woman with a Y chromosome. Look at you, you weren't raised properly. It's like having a conversation with a woman. Look at what your parents produce. Look at you.
What's up?
There he is, John Stockton dishing out those assists.
Jason Kidd, man. I wasn't that bad. Jason Kidd, bro.
Jason Kidd.
Hell yeah.
That's another conspiracy I would like to look into. Jason Kidd is the best passer to ever live by a mile. And he played for like 20 years. And
I agree.
John Stockton has 5,000 more assists than Jason Kidd. They're cooking the books in Salt Lake City. I'm just going to put that out.
Well, the pick and roll was an assist machine, right?
What's an assist? It has a little subjectivity to it, right? Because if he takes 5 dribbles, it's like it has a little subjectivity to it. Yeah.
If you take 5 steps, you're LeBron James.
Right. Or Luka. Yeah. Or Giannis. That's just the thing now, is taking 5 steps.
Charles is no longer with me. I dropped him off.
Okay.
I had some things I had to do. But he's got to follow up on his end. He's going to fill out the application on their website, and he's got to fill one out by pen, and I'll pick that up and drop that off.
Good. And then daily getting to work. Is it walkable, or how's he going to accommodate?
Yeah, let's go over. Let's do one moon landing at a time. We got to do the impossible here, right?
Yeah,
Like, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Yeah, I know yesterday we were talking, you got put into the hole before we could finish the conversation, but you got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to read the room and who you're dealing with and what ailments like he's got, right? Like he's got some struggles, man, and it's interaction that's like a struggle for him. You have a disability, but you can have a conversation, as wild as it may be. You can have a conversation with somebody. No, I you know you're my boy, but there's times where I feel I gotta call you out with that. And something I said earlier in the chat. There's times where you drive me absolutely crazy, but there's times where you're 100% right. There's no gray area with Gary. That's the best part. Maybe the facial hair, but I can relate.
Yeah. I don't mind that, right? Like my wife digs it. I asked my wife, should I dye my hair when it goes more gray? She's like, absolutely not. The gray beard, I think, makes me look distinguished. I like the gray in the beard.
Yeah. Every time I've yelled "goddamn Jets," you get another gray. That's why we're all turning, man. It's been a while, but good luck to you with Brigga. I will say this: I'll probably get some shit from. I am with you. I absolutely 100% agree that the moon landing is just made up.
Thank you,
There's
Nick.
no way that technology existed back then. The technology that they had to do with this thing coming back at 25,000 miles an hour and it basically burning, that soda can that they
the soda can. Yeah, the tin can it's not serious.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brigga. I know you might lose some respect for me here, but there's no way that happened. Somebody found the spot in Arizona where the background was of where they filmed it. Like, there's so much film out there and proof that it did not happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think NASA and the government spent so much time and money trying to go to the moon, and they got so far into it and realized we can't go to the moon that they had to fake it. Like, that's really.
He smells like shit, takes a big fat dump, and talks like he's a man. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how to take care of women. Now, back to our feature presentation. Let's go there now. You sit when you pee. Now go to another caller.
Feature presentations wrapping up. Today's closer is Jay Quest. Last chance to get in the weekly raffle. Hello, Jay Quest.
What's up, Jake? How you doing?
What's up, man?
Nothing. I got the golden ticket. I got the golden ticket. Real quick. I really want Simpson. I know, like, some guys want him in the first round. I really hope he falls to 33. Like, what are your true thoughts on Simpson? Do you think, one, he goes past the first round? You think the Jets take him in the second round? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think if he's there at 33, it's interesting. And I don't know if they're definitely going to take him, but I think there is a way, way better chance for them to take him at 33 than there is 16. Just my personal feeling on it, 12 days out.
What about if we traded back from 16 and got him at like 24, 25? Would that, and we got an extra third round pick? Was that something you'd want, or is that something you're against?
If they trade back into the first round, you're saying?
If they trade back from 16 back and then take him, let's say they go from 16 to 25.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they need a receiver badly. So, like, what's the plan of receiver if you do that?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, I think we should definitely draft best available receiver there. As Sadiq, I mean, he's more of a tight end, right? Like, I know guys want him, but I don't know. I feel we got Mason Taylor. I wouldn't want Sadiq if he falls at 16. I don't know. But my real call is about Papa Jet. Was he serious about me voting 50 times for Leenie? Was that a joke? Or was that actually, like, serious?
I think dead serious. He knows you'll do anything possible to help Leenie win.
That's wild, dude. That's wild. No, dude. Papa Jet, I sat next to you during the Jet game, bro. One, I don't have 50 accounts, and I have used 3 to vote. I'm not going to lie. I have 3 to vote, okay? I used my wife's account to vote, and today I didn't because I like you so much, Papa Jet, okay? Other times I've used all 3 votes. I haven't all the time. And, Jake, if you want to solve this issue with everyone crying about these votes, Addy had his show, and he had a contest, the TIT, and he had a thing where you can only vote one time in an IP address. So
yeah, but here's the thing, though, Jay Quest. There's ways to fix this, but like the whole point of the thing is like it's interactive on the poll. Like they have to use a different website. It's not as fun that way, but we might be left with no choice.
I get it. But Papa Jet, dude, if you're on, you want to get on with me, talk to me. I don't know who the fuck told you I have 50 accounts.
He's kidding. He's kidding. Relax.
Because someone messaged me. He's like, oh, he's attacking me. I'm like, what? I'm like, Papa Jet attacking me? I'm like, I love that dude. Oh, okay, dude. Papa Jet, I love you, man. Leanie's going on a run, baby. She's going on a run.
Jay Quest, all the love.
All right.
I will toss you to the left and the right before you could even count to three.
The only thing you can toss is a man
You
salad in
can
your
count
own
to three.
pants. Now back to our feature presentation. Gary is a cheater and he's a disgrace to this country. I think somebody should throw him in Iran and let him be the yeah, that's right.
Why do we got to do this? Well, how's it going this morning, Beast? How's your morning going so far?
Stench of
I guess it's
decrepit.
afternoon now. How is your morning going so far?
Do I have to sound like Bubba Ray Dudley and be like, we got a
I remember. What was that? Bubba Ray Dudley. Was that the Nasty Boys? Who was that? Why was that name? It's a wrestler from the 90s.
How about you shut up, bitch?
Was that a wrestler from the 90s? Bubba Ray Bradley? That was
the rest of
the Dudley Boys? The Dudley Boys, right? The Dudley Brothers? I vaguely remember them. This is a long time ago.
3D.
Yeah. 3D.
What 3D?
He was angry about that. That 3D made him quite angry. He got him all.
What does this tell you?
Got him all fed up there.
3D.
You're right, Jake. He is entertaining. You were right. I was wrong. He's an entertaining. I don't know what this is, but it's entertaining.
Cowabunga. What, look like a retard to you or something?
Yeah, kind of.
Right.
All right. Last chance to get in on the raffle. Like Leenie in North Carolina, 5-spot of gifted memberships.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Perfect timing because, ladies and gentlemen, time to declare a winner in Asmaniac Madness this afternoon. And it is, in fact, the 16th seed, our true Cinderella of the tournament. Leenie in North Carolina advancing to the Elite Eight. Leenie has done it. She has defeated Papa Jet. Hit it. Leenie 63, Papa Jet 37. 342 votes that were cast. Congratulations to Queen Leenie on advancing to the regional final in the Dangerous Alliance region. And with that, here's your look at the bracket. Leenie moving on. She'll take on the winner of the big fella and the Australian Jet fan during our show in the afternoon on Monday. So there's your look ahead at the showdown. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I need to finalize the raffle names because we have a lot of you who are in. But first, let me shout out Dominic D'Angelo. Shout out to you, Dom. I'll be seeing Dom at the draft in 12 days. Let's go. And then shout out to Papa Jet, who gifted a membership at the end here. Papa, great battle by you. Great job making it all the way to the Sweet 16. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to finish counting the names, and then we will spin the Wheel of Champions for 5 prizes. That's right, our 4 weekly prizes and the Don Maynard helmet. But I need a little more time to put the Wheel of Champion list together. So I present to you a short clip, and after the clip plays, we come back and we get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy.
I caught a little bed bite. I got something to get rid of them. A little spray and a little bit of salt.
You got a bed bug bite?
Yeah, in the leg, but I'm not gonna worry.
Do you have bed bugs?
No, I keep my floors. My floors are always fresh, and I also do a little.
What about your bed, though? Are there bed bugs on your bed?
No, I checked it yesterday.
Those can be very problematic.
Beast, you said you're using salt to combat bed bugs?
Oh, heavy salt. That's the best way to get rid of them. You know why? They don't like that stuff. Well, you know what? I don't care.
All right.
What's the plan with the salt? Are you just going to like sprinkle it on the bed? How does this work?
I'm going to put it all around the floor slowly. Then I'm going to put some under the mattress.
I really don't think salt is the way to go.
This is the saddest of the saddest. I don't know what the hell you all are smoking, but this is a load of crapola.
Ladies and gentlemen, who is ready for the Wheel of Champions to be spun out? Amanda Madison at the buzzer here. I see just gifted one more membership. We will put Amanda in. Let's go.
You sit when you pee. Now go to another caller.
All right. The caller I'm going to bring on is the man who we refer to as the master of raffle ceremony to send us to the Wheel of champions today. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing and look at your screen.
My blood pressure's starting to go up again.
What's wrong?
Someone sent me some sick shit. I don't know what it said. Bobby Beasley with Jake Asman on Talking Wrestling. I was like, what? I'm like, this is fake.
Why don't you just ignore?
I will send it to you in a Gmail, and right now,
I don't care. I don't care about Bobby Beasley.
I don't care. I don't care if it's panties or.
So ignore him. Ignore the person that's trying to troll you and make you mad. They're watching my show right now, laughing their ass off at you being upset that someone is emailing you. Get on with your life. Who cares? Nobody cares.
All right, that's enough for today. Enough for today.
Beasley does not matter.
I just need
We know you're still there, Beast. Can you send this to the Wheel of Champions? I don't understand why you're letting Bobby Beasley, who's not relevant to this show, affect you.
Get a guy, please.
I'm not getting a guy. Ralphie, I did see your super chat, and I put you in.
Load.
What would you put the percentages we trade? I'll say 50% they traded, Ralphie. Been traded 2 of the last 3 drafts. Beast, can you put your camera on and send this to the Wheel of Champions here? Otherwise, all right. I'm putting the phone line in the chat. Someone come on and send me to the Wheel of Champions. Stop crying over Bobby Beasley.
Breakfast tacos.
Yeah, I'm over here screaming in pain.
Are you okay, man?
His home smell is on the bed. That's what feels good. On the road, the smell is on the bed. In a dirty hotel room. Because the show smell is on the bed. It's just more comfortable. He got a beard, loves the jets, super chats. Where's a big fella, sleeps alone. There's no room on his bed. Where's a big fella?
Hey, what's the matter? Hey! Are you crying, bro? I want All right. All right. Put the camera on. Put the camera on. Let me see. Beast, put the camera on. All right.
Can't take this anymore.
All right. Hey. I'll talk to you after. All right.
She needs to leave me the fuck alone. I've had it.
I understand.
That's enough.
And all right.
Cowabunga.
Man, that's rough.
Just another day in Beast World. And the Bobby Beasley stuff, enough.
Yeah.
Stop. He needs to not answer him. He has like 3 people that troll him being like, oh, we rigged it for
I know.
Leenie, and they don't watch my show. They didn't even know they called it an Asmaniac Rumble. They rigged as an Asmaniac Rumble. It's just like 3 people, Beasley and 2 other people that just send Beast these dumb emails, and then Beast then forwards to Gator or forwards to me.
Me, yeah.
And it's you, and it's just people trolling him. It's not relevant. Just ignore
Right.
it. They're not going to do anything to you. I don't know how many times we all can tell you this off air, on air. It doesn't
Right.
get through to him.
Right. Well, he doesn't. I don't think he really understands. To be
He has
honest,
no idea. It's
that's what I'm saying. Like he doesn't really understand. So I wish this guy. He's a piece of shit for doing what he's doing to Beast, man. To be honest,
It's enough already. Like, it's not funny.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years, 3 years of doing this shit, 4 years doing this shit to a guy who's autistic and has emotional issues. Get a fucking life, bro. To be honest.
Amen.
So, You need me to do this thing?
Oh, of course I do. I mean, Beast is down for the count.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Beast, this one's for you, buddy. It is now time to spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Let's go, baby. Excellent job by the big fella filling in for Beast. Hit the music. All right, here we go. I got 4 weekly prizes. Then I will re-enter the names for the Don Maynard jersey. Shout out to the big fella for his excellence there. Ladies and gentlemen, good luck to everyone. Should you win, you got to email me, asmanjake@gmail.com, your name and address. We'll start with the Anthony Becht signed jersey. That is prize number 1 up for grabs in our weekly raffle. Ladies and gentlemen, the spin of all spins. Here we go. The winner is Ralphie Rocks. Ralphie, I'm pretty sure you might have won a Beck jersey. So if that is the case, you let me know and I'll see if I have a different prize I could swap it with. But either way, Ralphie, congratulations. You won an Anthony Beck signed jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, our next prize is a signed Braylon Allen jersey, a current Jet in the Asmaniac raffle. Here we go. Another spin to determine the winner. And that winner is Kyle Clifton. How about that, Kyle? A big winner in our raffle. All right, let's keep it rolling. Our next prize is a signed helmet by the man, the myth, the legend, Darrell Revis. Here we go. 1 spin to determine the winner. And that winner is D's Nuts. Congratulations to Mike D's Nuts. I just wrote in my notes D's Mike. I meant to say Mike D's Nuts. D's Nuts. Congratulations. He is the winner there. D's Nuts. All right, folks. We've reached the grand prize of Raffle 68 in honor of the 1968 Super Bowl Jets. Our top prize is a signed Broadway Joe Namath helmet. Who's ready? I'm ready. We're all ready. The winner of the Revis helmet, or excuse me, the Namath helmet is hold on. You guys couldn't see the wheel. Phil D'Angelo. Congratulations to Phil D'Angelo. You are the winner. Congratulations to Phil. But wait, that's not all. So we have right now 4 winners: Ralphie Rocks, Kyle Clifton, D's Nuts, Phil D'Angelo. Those are the 4 winners for the weekly. Now I have a Don Maynard helmet that I need to enter the names of just people who entered in the during this show. So I got to recount those names and I got to enter said names. So give me a moment here. We got to re-enter all the names. We'll spin it again one more time. This will be for a signed Don Maynard helmet. So our 5th and final prize of this very show. I just need Gemini to send me back the names so I can copy and paste it right back into the Wheel of Champions. But again, congratulations to Phil, D's Nuts, Clifton, and Ralphie, who have won our prizes thus far. The wheel has been cleared. I just need the new names. And ladies and gentlemen, here's everyone who entered during today's show. 70 of you. Oh, hold on. This is how we work on the fly here. Just look it over. Make sure the list is good. And we are ready to roll. All right, here we go. One more spin. This is for a Don Maynard helmet. If you win, Same thing. Email asmanjake@gmail.com. Name and address. Good luck to everyone. Make sure the wheel is visible. Here we go. One final spin to determine a winner. And that winner is... He's done it again. Frank P. Nobody wins more than Frank. Let's go. Frank P., our final winner in our weekly and daily Asmaniac raffle for this past week. So Frank P., he wins the Maynard. Phil D'Angelo won the Namath. D's Nuts won the Revis. Clifton won the Allen jersey. And Ralphie Rocks won the Beck jersey. Awesome. Big thank you to everyone who tuned in. Thank you to Nick Faria, who joined us at the beginning of the show. Congratulations again to Leenie in North Carolina for her tremendous performance in Asmaniac Madness. It will be the big fella, an Australian Jet fan, Monday afternoon as our next matchup. Again, like the video. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You won't find more Jet content anywhere else than right here on this YouTube channel. You guys are the absolute best. I will talk to you guys soon. As always, let's go Jets. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll leave you with this, something that is very, very near and dear to this community's heart. And that is, of course, an OG call from V-Man. Go Jets. I believe we have the founder of Twitter calling in, Elon Musk. So this should be interesting. Elon?
Hey, Jake. Elon Musk here. Just wanted to let you know that I purchased the New York Jets today. You'll be excited to know that they will now be called the New York X. I decided to make this announcement from V-Man's house as I know how much he loves me. Let's go, X.
So what's up? It's killing me. Sorry, I'm just muttering randomly, but honestly, I don't. Sorry, I am just joking.
Let's go, X.
El burro.
Elon? Thanks for the time. He's gone. Oh, what just happened? What the hell just happened there? Oh, my God. That's got to be a Gator masterpiece, right? I mean, come on now. Elon Musk from V-Man's room. Calling the Jets X now. I don't think you could do that, Elon. I don't know what that was. The last thing we need right now is his distraction buying the team. Elon Musk calling in from V-Man's house. Yeah, the Weepa being in there from V-Man. Oh, my God. Maybe some of Gator's best. The New York X. Good luck, any caller trying to top that one.
Here it is. Little Victor Cruz dance. Oh, Victor. Woo. We're doing a little salsa, baby. Yeah. Woo.
I'm not going to do the clapping seal part.
What do you mean?
I do want to, but I'm not going to do it. Because Gator's going to use it out of context, and then it's going to go viral, and then I'm going to have to look at it forever.
SEAL Team 75, assemble.
The clapping seals, they're alive and well in the chat.
Look, guys, I don't know how else to say this. Fact of the matter is the team has almost no chance to win this week unless you click on the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to the Jake Asman Show. Let's do this. Go Jets.
Hey, Robert, thanks for taking my question. With Zach starting again Sunday, does he have any compromising photos of you or someone else in the organization?
No, it's a fair question, Jake. I'm going to take the fifth on that one.
What the hell is this going backwards bullshit? You don't go backwards. You throw the ball out of bounds with your big goddamn arm, and you go back in the fucking huddle.
No, it's a fair question, Neil.
This is bullshit.
Jose Feliciano, the blind Puerto Rican guitarist, can see that he is terrible.
This kid does not want to run with the ball. Are you kidding me? This is the shit I'm talking about. You bitch's ass. You did his ass on my damn field.
No, it's a fair question, King.
The third damn year we are seeing this in Neptown. I'm not trying to win the goddamn game. You gotta be kidding me. Sit his ass the fuck down. I could have made 20 yards with that goddamn hole. If your quarterback can now play in the NFL, football, they get rid of him. Oh, there's one of his 27 seconds. Oh, it's amazing. I don't give a shit. If you cannot play football, get your ass off the field. And walk around and wipe Rodgers' ass because that's all you're good for.
And you're sitting here defending this bullshit.
If I see Zach Wilson go on that field, me and Lowski are going out personally, and we're going to take his ass off the field.
It is torture, man.
God damn it.
All right, thanks, guys.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go, Jets.